In today's episode, we're going to be going over how you can set yourself apart from all the other salesmen, all the other wholesalers that are trying to buy deals and do acquisitions through meeting with sellers over a Google Meet or a Zoom link or virtually, because most transactions right now, a lot of transactions right now are happening virtually. So how can you set yourself apart? I'm going to show you how I use my sales process of meeting with sellers over Zoom and talking to them on a video chat about how that can help you do more deals and close more deals and build more rapport. Let's dive right into it. By the end of this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to set up a Zoom call with a seller or Google Meet. I use Google Meet. And then how to navigate that process, because I actually have a live video of me chatting with sellers, how to do the intro and everything. And why that actually sets you apart from everybody else, because not a lot of people are meeting with sellers over Zoom when they're doing deals virtually. How to set up your space when you do a Zoom meeting, so when you get on the phone call with them, you don't look like a noob and you look like you're presentable, and you should be presentable. How to build rapport the right way, how to start the conversation, like I said, navigate it, how to start it, and the live video will show you exactly how I did it, and you can tell me what you think. Let's dive right in. So let's talk about the importance of digital meetups, virtual links, Zoom, Google Meet. I mean, they're everywhere. I use StreamYard. There's tons of different ones. But in my company, I actually use Google Meet because when you set up a Google event or an event on a calendar, it will actually send the person a link. So if you want to know exactly how to set up a Zoom account or a Zoom link so you can have a seller get on there, well, first of all, you need a Zoom account. If you don't have Zoom, I think there is a free version. There is a free version, but you can pay also for like more benefits. But you can just, all you do is create a meeting. And then once you create the meeting, you take the link and you send it to the seller and you say, hey, at this specific time, click on this and let's chat. So that's pretty simple. And if you're using Google Meet, very simple too. You can create the link just right there, or you can go create a Google event and then add the seller's email and it will email the seller the link so you can meet up in there. That's exactly how I do it. I just say, hey, when are you free? Okay, you're free tomorrow at 5 o'clock. We'll create the Google event and say house meeting. And then I add their email and it sends them and me the Google Meet link. So that's how we dive into setting up the virtual conversation. So how do you prepare for the Zoom meeting? Well, you want to make sure that you know all your numbers. You want to know about the house. Obviously, what you would do in a normal situation, that you run comps, you know exactly where you need to be. But most importantly, if you're going to meet face to face, but in your room or your office, you want to make sure it looks neat, presentable. So make sure before you start that Zoom link or that meeting that you're tidied up and you look professional. Probably throw on a polo, throw on a hat, do your hair, whatever. Make yourself look good because really, first impressions are so important. As soon as they hop on that link, they're going to look at you and be like, I trust this guy or I don't, or this girl or whatever. So make sure you're presentable when you hop on that Zoom link. So how do you conduct this meeting over Zoom? How does it go down? Well, actually, I have a video that I'm going to show you so you can see exactly how I presented myself, how I started the conversation off. But just quickly, I'm going to tell you that you want to set the stage with the seller up front. You want to say, hey, thanks for hopping on this meeting with me. The purpose of me hopping on this call with you is to kind of get to know you a little bit better. I know there's a lot of people calling you. I wanted to let you know that I'm a real person because it's hard to know in this day and age who you're talking to. So this is why we're doing it. And you want to set the expectation on time. Hey, how much time do you have? Do you have 5-10 minutes? And then from there, once you get their permission to keep going, then you dive right in. But before we go into the video so you can see exactly how I did it, I want to invite you all to my Facebook group. My Facebook group is dedicated to helping investors succeed and teach them how to wholesale the painless way. So go over to there. It's just called Painless Wholesaling Group. Check it out and let's dive right into the video.
It's nice meeting both you. Really, the reason why I like to hop on calls like this where we can meet face to face is because you're getting tons and tons of calls. It sounds like you're getting a lot of people that are saying they can do certain things and they're not able to complete. And I know that can be really frustrating. So I'd like to just introduce myself so you know you're dealing with a real person, like an investor, right? I was talking to John, and remind me your name one more time, ma'am.
Vim.
Okay, Vim. Is that correct?
Yes.
So Vim and John, there's a couple options that you have to sell your house. You already know that. But I'm assuming that most of the investors that have been talking to you are all just trying to lowball you. They're trying to just get the property at like a really low price when they're offering cash. Has that been the case or not? Not really.
Yeah, I mean, there's two that's offered. I haven't heard much back from them. And then the one that give me what I want,
Yeah, they're trying to. I got him to come up on the price. Excuse me, my voice has been real raspy. I'll get some
Yes,
water.
it's okay.
I think what they're doing, they're saying back up at the title company they use, and then he comes back and says, "Well, we were supposed to cover all closing costs, but we found that the closing costs cost a little more." And so I think they're trying to, like, get that little $15,000 I got back out of them.
I can tell you exactly what they're doing because I've been in this business for a long time, and I'm extremely transparent with how the real estate industry is right now. Okay, so I'm gonna give you all the information you need. Hopefully, we can work together at the end of this, and if not, it's okay. At least I was able to give you some good info. All right.
Okay.
So, John, what they're doing, and this is a term, it's called wholesaling real estate. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
Okay. So what wholesaling real estate is, Vim and John, is I'm a buyer and I go to you and I say, I'll give you $275. And you say, okay, great, thanks. And then I go out and I go look for someone who I can assign my contract to or sell my contract to,
Right,
to make a fee. That's exactly what they're doing. That's what's happening right now. These guys told you they could do a price without knowing they could really do it. They're looking and they probably found someone that would do it at the price, but they're too high. So they're saying, hey, John, I need you lower so we can get this done, because they want to make a margin, but that's going to bring you lower than where you want to be. Right.
yeah.
And I do that strategy sometimes, but I tell people,
Try to bullshit you, just it's like they're trying to trick you, and it's like,
yeah,
that what's going on. So
there's no reason to lie about it or be shady. These guys are just trying to make some money and they're not buying the house. Okay. Now, there's a couple options that I have. I work for a lot of hedge funds throughout the United States. I have a lot of good buyers. One of the options that I have is I can do what they do and reach out to my buyers and say, hey, what are you willing to pay? Let me see if it works for John. And if it does, then I will just have a little bit of my fee. You don't pay me anything. They pay me and I bring them to the deal. That's me being transparent about what they're doing. That's an option.
bringing an investor in.
I'm bringing an investor in. That's all I'm doing. So that's one option. Now, the investors that I work with, they're investors. So they're looking to buy it at a discount still and then make a return on their money. Now, that might not be the best option for you because I know you're trying to make at least $50,000 on top of what you owe.
Yeah, I have to have that.
Yeah. So I know from looking at the numbers, I'm going to kind of show you guys how the numbers work on real estate investing properties. I'm going to share my screen. This might be a little small on your phone, but let me know if you can see this. Can you see the numbers here, or is it pretty small?
Yes.
It does scream weird.
Okay. So you all can see this, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to walk you through how an investor, a cash buyer, the ones that you've been talking to, how they analyze a deal to make sure they want to buy it. Okay. I did the research on the property, and I think if we were to fix the house up and make it look pretty nice, it could be worth $350,000. Does that sound fair?
Yeah, and it was worth $375 like a year or so ago.
Right. So it's all gone down a little bit since interest rates have gone up.
Yeah.
So I'm saying the house is worth about $350.
Yeah.
So I'm going to show you your asking price for the property for cash out the door so we can close ASAP is $275. So I got what it's worth if we fix it up, and $275 is what you're asking for. Most buyers that I work with they borrow hard money. They borrow money from a private lender, and they have to pay interest and points, and they have to hold the money for a certain amount of time while they're fixing the house. It's called hold time. Yeah. Your house, I was looking at it in the background. It looks like it's in pretty decent shape. Doesn't look like there's that much work that needs to be
painting.
Okay. So I think if we just conservative, we can say by buying your house, you move out, paint, carpet, doing some of the finishes, and then listing it, it could take about 4 months to do the whole process. Does that sound fair?
I think I don't know. I think it'd be done sooner because within the next 2 weeks, there's going to be some things done. The finishing on the back porch, we got to put the door back on. I mean, there's a lot of little things.
Are you going to do that? Because I would recommend you don't do that if you don't need to. I would say don't do it.
Okay.
Save your money.
Awesome. Well, I hope you liked that video. I hope it was able to help you not only know how to set up your Google Meets or your Zoom meetings or however you're going to meet with people virtually. You can even FaceTime them. I don't care. Just talk to somebody over a virtual link. And hopefully this helped you do that. And not only that, but helps you navigate how to talk with them. All right. So we'll see you on the next one. And please like, subscribe, hit the bell icon if you found this content helpful. See ya.